Lying, hiding, and faking. Oh my. Can these shame enablers possibly be holding you back from living the authentic and full life you've always wanted? Well, stay tuned for this episode of Natural Mojo, where life, and we still find it hard to own up to ourselves and if we don't meet the mark. But it's so imperative if we want to leave an impact in this world for other people and even for ourselves. We have to turn around and own our stuff. We always want to own the good things. We want to be the life of the party, but there is a darkness and a heaviness keeping you down. And you know this. I mean, you feel it in the wee hours of the night or the morning when something just isn't sitting right with you. And more than likely, it's the acknowledgement or the lack of acknowledgement of things that or places you have fallen short in your life. And I encourage you to step into the light. I encourage you to just even journal this down. Sometimes it just needs to see the light of day and forgive yourself. And if you have to ask forgiveness from somebody else or receive forgiveness from somebody else, be open to that. Don't let this thing sit and fester and take it from one who knows. It just turns into dis-ease within your whole bodily system. Don't bring that on if you don't have to. So let's move into number two. Cultivate self compassion. It is so easy to beat up on ourselves, is it not? We hold ourselves in prison. Even worse than if somebody else had done the thing to us. We're so easy to forgive other people, aren't we? But to ourselves, we are in a lifelong sentence and will not do what we need to do to give ourselves the compassion we need. I talked about this on last week's episode, and here it is coming up again. And I feel it's so important. A lot of what is going on with us emotionally and it's giving us all types and levels of anxiety is because of our lack of self compassion. You need to treat yourself with more respect, treat yourself with more kindness. It's the only way that you're going to be able to dissolve the lying, hiding, and shame that you are currently walking yourself through. So practice greater bouts of self compassion. Number three is challenge limiting beliefs. What about your beliefs that are encouraging you to lie and hide and fake? What thoughts run through your head? What program are you running within you that makes this okay? Now, again, I'm not here to make you more judgmental about yourself, but it's your responsibility to find out what is running you. This is the whole concept when I say know thyself. It's not just about your preferences around what flavor ice cream you like. This is about going even deeper than that and finding out what are the thoughts that you're thinking and the feelings that you're having that allows this kind of behavior to be okay or to always be triggered within you. This is something that you need to investigate. And if it's not something that you are aware of or can find your way or a path forward toward, work with somebody, a professional, a therapist, a counselor, even a mentor, somebody. Ask the questions and let them know what's happening. And you see, this is the first place that you will stumble. You don't want anybody to know that these shame enablers are part of your life. But the hiding, the lying, and the faking can't be the way forward for you. And I know a lot of people are trying this and they think that hiding behind our screens and our monitors is the way out and telling stories that have nothing to do with who we really are. But at some point, it will come to the surface. Everything usually does. And you don't want to be that person who is caught out if you can possibly help it. So find out what enables you to hide, lie, and fake. Let's do number four. Number four is a quick one, and I briefly already mentioned it in number three. Seek support. These are big things. These are things that you may not be able to travel through alone. I mean, I have hot flashes, so I take support from having a handheld fan sometimes because I need that little extra effort and support and help. And when it comes to finding out about our shadow side and where we are hiding, it it can be scary. It can feel threatening. It can be overwhelming. So I urge you to seek the support you're going to need to be able to get through to these places. Some of you might be able to just do it through the acts of journaling and working it out through yoga and exercise and meditation. But there are some of you that are going to need that additional support because there are things within you that have written themselves on your mind, body, and soul that will be a little bit more difficult to dissolve and unwind. Okay, so seek support. So let's move on. I have to be able to do the work that needs to be done. I have to go back into myself, deep into myself, to pull up and bring up into the light the stories that I might have believed that allowed me to do what I did. I mean, I don't judge myself harshly. I just see myself and I step outside myself and I see myself as someone that needs one, comfort, two, forgiveness, and three, support to be able to rise up even further. We all need that, no matter how small the error or how large the error, right? They all hold consequences, and most of the consequences that they hold are psychic, are energetic, because the deed is done, the forgiveness has been put in place. But if you keep reliving and if you keep beating yourself up, it it continues to break you down energetically and psychically. So this is why it's important to do this kind of work. And I know it's not for everybody, and people will flee and take flight or just totally freeze up because I'll tell you again, this work is not comfortable work. But if you really want to see the next level of life and the possibilities for you, you need to unburden yourself from the faking, the lying, and the hiding. So let's move on. Practice acceptance. Practice the fact that you're not perfect. Practice the fact that you're flawed. Practice the fact that you're going to make mistakes. Practice the fact that there are times when your collar's not going to look right on camera. Practice the fact that they are not the things that you want people to know about. It's not the things that you throw up on social media and say, hey, I'm a liar and I'm a faker and I hide my life. It's not something that we talk about. It's not something that we say. It's something that we bury within us, and we would feel bad if anybody knew about it. That's why it's called hiding, faking, and lying, because we are covering up our authentic selves. We are covering up, and sometimes your authentic self is dark. Right? When we talk about our authentic selves, we seem to think that it's something beautiful and beatific. Not always. Sometimes our authentic selves is our shadow. So we have to work with that. We have to assume that, but we have to shine a light on those dark places so we can start dissolving what doesn't work. We know what to do. We know what doesn't work. What doesn't work doesn't feel good. Unless there is something chemically wrong going on with you, your body knows. You know what doesn't feel good. It's just about the power and the energy to turn around and face these things and hold yourself accountable to do the work to start dissolving it. Because you know what? I know it doesn't feel good, so I know what's right from wrong, and I'm sure you do too. So, in able to live that life that you want to live and to rise up to the next level, consider doing the work to let go and be vulnerable enough to let go and dissolve of the lying, the hiding, and the faking. So I'm just going to leave it there for now. That's a pretty heavy one this week, I know. I'm getting into some heavy topics here, but I hope at least one of these points rings true for you and you're able to touch on something here and feel that you're not alone. It's not just you. I'm going through something similar and I'm having to let go of some things that are getting in my way because I'm so wanting to move to the next place, but I can't with these tether hooks hooked into me that I may not have taken care of years ago or has come up to, trip me up and get in my way. Just not cool. And I know it won't be cool for you either. But we're human. We make strides and we rise up. I've been rising up for years, and every now and then something else comes up, and you have to take care of that and dissolve that. But let's rise together. I invite you to follow me at mojoresources.ca and get on that list there. I have some really wonderful things coming up, and I know you're not going to want to miss it, okay? So resources.ca, and I look forward to joining you on next week's show. Oh, and you'll probably notice my background here. I'm on the East Coast this summer, and just my health journey and getting well and bringing myself up to wholeness, and I wish the same for you. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.